Hello, my creative friends, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Prompt. This was originally going to be Mindset Monday, but I've been thinking about sort of the changes that I'm looking to make to this channel. I'm thinking about the changes that I'm looking to make to my life. I'm looking at the changes that this show has sort of brought on, and I have come to a conclusion that I've decided I'm going to quit. I have decided that it's time for me to give up the dream of being a filmmaker, of starting a film studio, of teaching screenwriting, of helping writers, of helping creative people, of doing anything creatively ambitious whatsoever. And I've decided that it's time for me to become an accountant. It's something that I'm not passionate about, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just got to be practical in life. You've got to do a day job. It doesn't matter if you like it. You have to live up to your responsibilities in life. You have to just succumb to what society wants you to be. I have thought for a long time that we could beat this. I have thought for a long time that we could be creative. I have thought since I was a kid that creativity would be something that you could actually pursue. But the more time goes and the more I think about it and the more I face the challenges that I face and the more that I confront the hard realities of the film industry and Hollywood and agents and managers and investors and distribution models, and you know what? It's just not even worth it anymore. It's not worth pursuing. It's not worth following through on. It's whatever dreams and goals and ambitions you have in life, it is time to quit. So we have this long tradition in America anyway of this thing called April Fools. So today's April 1st. So I don't really do April Fools, and it's been a very long time, as you can tell, since I've acted. So April Fools. Yeah. So can you imagine me quitting and becoming a accountant? Oh, I was doing it and I was saying, this is ridiculous. A, I'm the worst actor on the planet at this point. I might have always been the worst actor on the planet. And B, I hope they don't cut this out of context. And that's the part that goes viral. After all this time, nobody pays attention to any of this. And then they use that part of it. That was an April Fool's Day joke. To welcome in April for all of my friendly, creative friends. To be clear, no, I'm not quitting. To be clear, I will never quit. To be clear, we can carve out a creative career. To be clear, creativity, I believe, is the currency of the future. I don't know if you've watched my TED Talk. I've probably said this before. I'm sorry for being a broken record, but I want to say it again because today is Mindset Monday. At the end of the day, if you haven't watched that, have another watch. I actually rewatched it for the first time in like 2 years yesterday or 2 days ago. And I was struck that it says what I wanted to say. I thought at the time that maybe I wasn't succinct enough with it, but no, it does. At the end of the day, here's the general basic idea. Technology moves at an exponential rate of progress. Not always, and not always consistently, but in general, we're on an upward trajectory. And because we are, the future holds technology advances that are going to solve a number of the problems that we face today. We have huge problems today. We have huge social problems. We have big global problems today. But we have the power to change that. We have the power to fix those problems. Human ingenuity, smarts, creativity is the way that we are going to go about solving those things. I firmly believe that the future looks very different than today to us. If you're watching this from the future, does it? But I believe that it will. Sitting here today, I believe that it will. And ultimately, what I think the future holds for us is solutions to the basic living problem of food, of shelter, of clothing, of being able to subsist in life, to basically live a basic life. I believe that the technology will help us do that at scale, globally, all around the world, not just in first world wealthy countries today. I think the whole wealth thing is going to shift. I really do. And because of that, what then becomes the differentiator? If the economic system changes thanks to technological advances that render a lot of jobs obsolete, or a lot of sort of profit motive, profit incentive obsolete. If the economic reality of the world changes, what is going to be the differentiator? What's going to be the motivator for us? What is going to be the thing that we're going to want to do and pursue? It's all about creativity. You don't want to go to a dead-end job every day, but if you do that, you're doing that to put food on the table, to pay the rent, to keep those wheels turning. If those wheels start turning a little more efficiently through technology, then you're freed up to do the things that you want to do. What are you going to do? You're going to do something that is creative to you. You're going to do something that is internally you're passionate about. You're going to do something that you drive forward with because it's true to you. So whether you're a writer, which I'm assuming most of the people watching this would be writers, because this is a channel for screenwriters and people that want to help me build the independent film studio. At the end of the day, if you're a writer, you want to write, you want to pour those stories out of you. You will be able to do that. But that means you're going to need to get good at that because everyone else will be able to do that as well. And so the relative value of the films that we make in the future, if everyone can make a film, and I believe everybody will be able to make films in the future, then we're going to have all these films out there vying for eyeballs. Which ones are going to get the most attention? The ones that are elevated, the ones whose quality is higher, the ones who say more powerful, deeper things, the ones that engage us intellectually, creatively, emotionally, spiritually, the stories that speak to us and show us a bigger picture. Those are going to be the ones that we're going to tap into. So we need to develop those skills now. We need to build our creativity. We need to enhance what we're doing and creating and developing, and we need to master our process. We need to be able to do our process intuitively. We need to make creativity our core driving purpose, because ultimately everything springs from our creativity. Our creativity is an expression of our imagination. It's an expression of our unique window on the world. It's an expression of who we are in our brains, in our minds, what we see that no one else sees. It's essential that we tap into that. It's essential that we excel at that. It's essential that we develop that muscle and become good at it. Because in the future, as I see it, my maybe possibly overly optimistic view of the future is that as human beings try and attempt and do start to solve a lot of the grand problems that we face, we enter into an era where we are more free with our time to do what we want, and that will be to pursue our creative passions. So, Mindset Monday today. If indeed, and there's no guarantee that it's going to go that way. I get that. And I get that there are all sorts of negative possible scenarios that come out of it. We've always had negative scenarios throughout our history. Things have always sort of worked out okay on the grand scheme. Obviously, there are problems in areas, and hopefully we're not caught up in those problems in those areas, and our hearts go out to people that are. But on the grand scale, on the overall human scale, things get better and better and better each year, or have for quite a while now. And so if they continue to do so, you are able to actually make a living, you're able to actually survive, you're able to actually be a self-actualized person by tapping into the unique creativity of you. So what we need to do today, what we need to do right now, what mindset we need to put into our heads on this Monday, April 1st, or whenever you're watching this at some point in the future, the idea that we have to put into our head is that creativity and who we are, it's not just some frivolous exercise that you're doing. It's not some random pursuit that everyone around you who wants you to be practical in your life, not everyone around you who wants you to give up the dream and do something realistic. All of those people don't understand that what the future is going to bring is this at scale, is this will be realistic. This already is realistic. This already is something that you can do today. I'm here on this path to try to prove it to you. At the end of the day, keep moving forward in your creative endeavors. At the end of the day, take action today and every day, take action toward your goal and your ambition, because that skill set, that ability, that history, you're going to be prepared for it in the future when that's what it really ultimately becomes about. If creativity is the new currency, as I believe, as I claimed in that TED Talk a few years back, if creativity is the new currency, don't you want to amass a wealth early so that you're prepared for it when it is? That's what we need to focus on today, and that's why it's essential to take action every single day. That's today's Daily Prompt. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode, whenever it might be.